Welcome back.
People.
Episode 26, The Gods of Fury.
I'm gonna kill a dragon, boys.
That's what you think.
Or die trying.
The group, except for Iggy, headed out to the Dark Duchess ship because they had heard, we lost
Nobody.
Foster, and Foster's coming back. Okay. Had headed out to the Dark Duchess because they'd heard about a crashed pirate ship flying black flags, but crashed in the ice. They arrived, climbed aboard, found a chest with a bunch of corks for the dozen empty bottles of wine in the room, found a bag of tricks, and Chud pulled out one of the fuzzy balls, which turned into a giant elk, which is a huge creature, a gigantic elk that fell out of the back of the ship because there wasn't enough room for it in the cabin.
Tell you, Chud has some great ideas. They just don't turn out well.
If we could, if you could open that up anywhere else, we could have kept that elk in the
Could
ship.
be, Dan. We don't know yet. And let's see. They dealt with an ice troll that was trying to get into a room on the mid level of the ship. And then as Lilith was checking out a frozen hunk of gold and seeing one of the coins, she heard a loud sound.
We were out below deck at the time, weren't we? Because we were trying to get into the room.
Yes, you were all below deck. Heard a loud noise,
Bad this time.
and then the voice said, what's his name?
Maltheron.
Yes, Melthorond. Come, ready your spells, Melthorond. We have uninvited guests. Thieves.
And Chud theorizes that this is actually just a senile dragon at this point.
Possibly.
Knows
She was so big she couldn't fit into the ship, so she polymorphed herself into a smaller size, shrunk herself so that she could climb in. And that's where we are picking up as this giant dragon steps in with a corpse on a saddle tied to her back.
Yeah, that's right. And the corpse is pretty visible, right? So everyone can kind of like see. Okay.
It is very visible. She is looking directly at you, Lilith, with as you're touching the coin that's the only coin that's left on this layer of the ice still slightly sticking out.
Did she happen to hear what Chud said? And he was like, I can't remember what was the person sitting on her back's name called again?
Melthorond.
Yeah.
Melthorond, where I was suggesting that Melthorond was what's the word? Not a master, but like
he was an ancient wizard.
Yeah, but he'd be kind of like a master, like a teacher of mine, is what Chud was trying to say. A scholar.
Chud was trying to say. Well,
what
do you guys say?
That's probably what Chud's trying to say right now. He's like, the master, scholar, teacher, master. That guy.
Saying, hey guys, that's a dragon. We should probably get out of here.
Yeah, but look who's on his back. That's my old master, my old teacher. He used to come around.
She
No, he's not.
kind
Is he
of
dead?
He's very dead, but she doesn't mention anything about that. She's trying to keep an eye on both Lilith up here at the top and Chud almost completely in the opposite side that she can just barely see when you step around so that she can see you. She's kind of looking behind her back and looking at you.
Have you guys ever seen a...
Chud and Gollum updated! Sorry, I just had to...
I'm gonna slowly turn the Gollum off, and I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna toss him a health potion. I'm also gonna drink a health potion, and I'm gonna be like, well, yeah, and I'm just gonna start making my way off the boat and try and do it slowly and make sure I don't get noticed. So I'll drink a health potion.
Are you trying to climb through all the snow that's blocking the stairs?
Whatever I think is the best way to get off this boat.
The only other way is using a rope to climb directly above the dragon, or climbing on her back and hopping out that way.
He's just gonna Homer Simpson back up into like the shrubs.
That's my plan.
I was wondering, do I know enough about the dragon and the guy on her back about would I know if he had a certain tower or something like that? But this where he'd normally chillax at it and stuff like that.
Even though you rolled a natural 20 on your history check, you're not sure about that.
Would I know kind of where he came from, like his natural?
He is so far back. You know his name and that he was a great arch wizard, but that's about it.
So can I also chug said health potion?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to motion to Lilith, and I'm just gonna be like, stop, put it down, and slowly walk this way.
Can I just cast invisibility on Lilith?
I'm gonna be able to sniff her out, so I don't think that works.
It's also a spell, and a dragon is gonna know you're casting a spell.
Yeah, if you start to cast, she immediately, her entire attention turns to you.
And then I will put my hands up. I'm gonna walk towards her.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk towards her, and I'm gonna be like, maybe we can make a deal. We actually trapped some of these people that were trying to get your horde. We know it's your horde, because at Baldur's Gate, we actually have a wing of our university named after that fantastic wizard you have on our back. That's why I was saying he's like a teacher to me. These people, they're trapped. We trapped them inside the hold here. For you. No problem, no charge. We're all about helping you.
I'm gonna be like, Chud, we just killed a troll to save those people. Or save whatever the hell is in there.
And now you're save our skins.
Gollum, if I climb on your back, could you like run really fast out of here with me on your back?
I'm just gonna look at. I'm just gonna be like, why are we trying to disrespect a dragon that's older than, half the cities on the continent? How about we pay it the respect it deserves, and maybe we can get out of here with our lives. And I'll kind of like try to say that loud enough so that the dragon can hear as well.
Stop bringing attention to yourself.
Kind of stands up taller, kind of puffs out her chest, and yes, well, Melthorond is quite great, as you say. You named a wing of your university after him.
Oh, one of the wings of the university. We were actually trying to get the whole university named after him, but of course that costs a lot of money, and we need a little bit more pull. That's why we are actually out for his wing of the university to get more, to get books, to get artifacts, to get all this stuff, just so everyone can show how great he is.
We also
heard we know how great he is.
We also heard tale he might have answers about this everlasting winter. There's whispers of Melthron being dead, but I'm sure those are overplayed.
She does kind of narrow her eyes at you mentioning him being dead. So Chud,
we've always known Melthron to sleep very deeply. It's well known.
Chud, give me a deception check.
All right, deception. Oh, fuck. You know, sorry guys, I did not open up my browser, so I don't know what my deception is right now.
Okay,
but
I can roll it for you, or you can roll your d20 and I'll add your deception.
Okay. I actually just rolled the natural 20
Okay.
with my fucking thing. So, and that's no word of a lie. So that's the first time my dice have been good to me here.
Yeah.
Okay, natural 20 plus whatever.
Plus
I gotta open up
6.
my character sheet. Plus 6.
You know what? The number you needed to roll definitely
Was
wasn't
20.
20.
It was probably 27.
It's probably
Yeah, it would be.
because it's a skill check, so technically crits are. It's just a number you have to beat. There's no such thing as a crit.
No such as a skill crit, but still 26.
I know, but I'm
that.
just saying it's a dragon, so like to roll a 20 is probably the best you're gonna be able to do.
Yeah.
Chud's already on his knees, by the way, too, as he's coming up. He's very.
Well,
It's like praising.
While Chud is trying to convince the dragon, can Lilith be sort of like sneaking her way away from the gold and like away from the dragon?
Did you put down the piece that you
stealthing?
had touched?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I probably dropped it as soon as I saw the dragon.
Okay.
Lilith's not super, doesn't need it. She was just like, oh, fuck.
Are you sneaking away, or are you just stepping away cautiously?
Stepping away cautiously. Like,
Okay.
kind of like trying to get away from the dragon.
Okay. So she watches you fairly closely and does see that the gold piece is back. She clears her throat loudly, and then Severin, you're probably 5 or 6 steps up by this point, and you hear the door beginning to, whatever was holding the door kind of moving, and then very cautiously 4 kobolds start stepping out and looking around. They're fairly spooked, but
Do we recognize any of these kobolds?
you do not. They don't look like any of the ones that you know. But
I'm just gonna nonchalantly walk past and be like, "Yep, good afternoon," and just leave. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, have fun.
You head up the stairs. The kobolds immediately go and start doting over our Beatrice. And she says, well, perhaps you can be useful.
The kobolds or us?
To you guys.
Oh, of course. I'd love to be useful. Just be having a chance to actually get to talk to you guys and having some tales, as I'm furiously scribbling down in my notebook about how we can actually, if we even get a donation, we might be able to rename 2 of the wings of the college, of the university here. That would be amazing. Especially if we could get something that was magical.
She tilts her head at you and narrows her eyes as you're talking about donations.
A donation of knowledge is just as good as gold, if not better.
She says to the kobolds, you do see that she has cataracts in both eyes. They're not quite completely white over, but they're pretty bad. She says to the kobolds, boys, help me with Melthron. And they step over and almost like they're ready to catch a ball. And she begins to, another rune on one of her scales glows blue, and she begins to transform down into that of a very old human woman, blind and gray hair. Golomov and Skamos, you immediately recognize her from the tavern back in East Haven.
Can I take note which scale was glowing?
Yeah.
Wait. not recognize her as Valin, right?
Not Valin, no. She is the old woman who was with Tamara and Clouth.
Oh, she was. Oh, okay. Wait, how did I not have her name? Interesting.
Didn't you? Arveatrix.
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah. The one with the two rowdy children.
Two little ones. I did have her name. Oh, as soon as that clicks, I'm gonna be like, oh hey, we're friends with Clouth. We were supposed to get some information from him. We didn't realize. I'll look over to the horde. This was yours.
She nods and says, recently, one of my boys here was killed as a troop of Sahuagin came and stole the first layer of my small horde that I keep here. I need someone to go take care of them and bring back what's missing.
I will suggest, I'll pipe up and I'll go, that sounds wonderful, we can do that. Would I be able to ask a favor? Not a big favor. Again, a knowledge, maybe basically a knowledge kind of exchange, right? And it's like, I would like to have an interview with, I keep forgetting the guy's name.
Maltherond.
What's his name again?
Maltherond.
Maltherond. I would like to have an interview with Maltherond for the Baldur's Gate University paper.
She says, he only speaks to me.
Is that okay? Then we can speak. He can speak through you.
Very well.
Oh, excellent, excellent. And again, that's only for me. I'm a very selfish little fish dude. My friends and colleagues, I can't really call them colleagues because I'm pretty much their boss. But they might have their own ideas or whatever else they might have.
She says, and actually, Chud, you do know what a Sahuagin is. Being from down below and a fish person and liking the deep water. They are also a type of fish person.
So would I spit on the floor when I first heard their names?
Possibly, yeah.
Okay.
They probably eat Kuatoa. They eat everything.
Probably. They have command over sharks. And yeah, they have a blood frenzy. They like to eat flesh.
Okay.
So she says, I need you to go to their temple. It is very close at the end of this ice sheet here.
So we can razz that temple and I can put my god statue up instead.
I don't care whether you do that or not.
This is fantastic.
I just need you to bring back exactly 72 gold coins, 181 silver coins, 352 copper coins, and 2 pearls. Anything else you find there is yours.
Excellent, excellent. What about as you can tell, since you're an almighty dragon, we are mostly scholars, not so much adventurers, as you would say. Is there anything that you could, by the way of knowledge or even gear, that might help us in this pursuit to bring back what you have? Even if we could just borrow it for just the little tour we're going to have.
She says, I can give you potions of water breathing. So that you can
that would
get
be helpful,
down there.
Not all of us can breathe underwater, and I'll just look at Chud.
Well, I forgot about you guys. Again, they are my underlings, so I don't really care about them too much.
And she says, I can also give you resistance to the cold water for a short time.
Excellent.
And I'll just look at her very inquisitively. Is that just resistance to the cold in general?
To cold in general.
Be like, God damn, maybe I'll be able to get warm.
I will go over towards him and I'll snuggle under his ear again to make him warm.
Just like in the token picture.
Yeah.
Toss him into a snowbank shortly afterwards.
And I'll just lay there. Just waiting, pretty much as that picture's doing.
I'm just gonna zoom in so people can see. So Frictionless Dan, who wrote the adventure we're gonna go through, can see the very awesome, drawn by our very own Lilith there, Chud.
Put him on the other side so it's
so that it works. There we go.
There we go. Chud's got a thing for tall guys.
Do you have a picture in the general chat of it?
Yes, I should.
Believe so. No, I think you sent that one directly to me.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'll share it in the general chat then. I'll try and find it.
Or even
I want to see it and have me giggle.
So, she says, looking at you, I think you could use a rest. Take some time, and then head down. I'll give you the potions and the gift of resistance before you head into the water.
Would she be able to bless us with some healing? Does she have healing spells?
No, we're taking a rest here.
No,
She's gonna.
We are, but it'd still be nice to.
She says that is not something I am able to do.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm assuming we get a comfy long rest here.
You can get a comfy long rest.
Excellent.
Does anyone want to head out and check on the animals?
I'm already making my way out.
I'll check on the animals. We'll go check on them. Make sure they're fed and all good.
You're going to check on Elliot, I assume?
Here with us?
Yeah.
How?
As you guys come out, you just see me packing mine up. I'm like, oh, I wasn't leaving or anything. I was just making sure the animals were okay.
Yeah, as you're heading out, as you're going, leaving, right?
Heading down.
Good to see you're all okay.
So,
look at that fucking angry goat.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, how far was from the goblin encampment again?
Quite a few hours.
Oh, it was quite a few. Okay.
Yeah. So heading down to check on the animals, and on Hogarth, you see the giant elk is having a pleasant chat with specifically Hogarth. He's just talking and talking and talking and talking. Hogarth is unintelligent, so is just standing there being a sounding board. Bane is over next to Elliot, who has what looks almost like a crystal ball, but with a skull inside, frozen and hanging to his lip. And Bane is occasionally headbutting it as though he's trying to help Elliot get the ball off of his lip.
Who's outside right now to see that?
Skamos, Severin, and Lilith had gone out to check on the animals.
That sounds
Alright,
awesome.
well, I'm gonna walk up to that and probably grab that.
He says, it's stuck to my lip.
Where did you get this?
I saw it sparkle.
Don't
So
eat yellow snow, right?
You just licked it, pal?
I wanted to bring it back to you. It got stuck to my lip.
Thanks, buddy. Well, let's see if we can get that off of you.
Okay. It takes a little work. Lilith, you can kind of turn some snow or pieces of ice into water that you'd warm up to melted off his lip.
Aww. Poor guy. Yeah, she'll do that.
Oh, don't worry, guys. I got it. I'll cast Shatter at 5th level.
So you take this.
All right, I just posted the cute picture of Golemoth and Chud on the general, so you can take a look at it.
Oh, that's awesome.
So Skamos, you have this crystal ball in your hand, and immediately all three of you hear, "Oh, wonderful. Another fucking thief."
Oh no.
What? Who has the crystal ball? Who's holding it?
I'm holding it, I'm assuming. Can I talk to the person, or...
Yeah.
Who
Wait,
am I
we all
talking
hear it?
to? The three of the people.
All three of you hear it. Says...
Was it audible, or was it in my brain?
It was in your brains. He says...
In our brains.
I am Professor Scant Harpel.
Alrighty.
Well,
do I know who that is? If so,
is that supposed to mean something?
You do recognize the last name, Harpel. There was an older wizard that you had met named Valin Harpel.
Any relation to Willem Harpel? Strange disembodied voice.
Says, why yes, my great, too many greats granddaughter.
Well, how do I have your crystal ball?
He's in it. That's his skull.
Says, because that little bitch stole me from her.
Who?
Ooh.
Nas Lantermere. A very terrible student who thought she could best my granddaughter and stole me, killing some of her orphan children there. Poor little kobolds they were. And
Nas Lappenmere?
Nas Lantermere.
Sounds like a human name.
Yes, human.
Oh, yay.
Stupid.
Humans are like the worst at naming.
Says, you do know that Valin and I are humans, or I was human.
Yeah, I'm just like 3 for 3 on this one is all I'm saying. You know?
I do not like you, whoever you are.
That's alright. Not many people do.
Acquired taste, right?
I'm only a little mad
I'm not here.
not there.
Alright, Skullman. Skullman, how are we gonna make you happy again? Do you want me to return you to Valin? Or,
Yes, that would be wonderful.
what are you gonna do for us?
Says, everybody who steals me always wants something from me.
The way it goes these days, nothing's free.
If you return me to Valin, there may be something I can do for you. I am a Professor Orb. Very similar to an orb of divination. I can give you some idea of what you should do next.
Alright, Orbman. Well, you're gonna stick here for now, and I'm gonna go jam him inside the lantern on Elliot's antler for now, and we're going on an adventure.
Alright. Iggy, we are going to jump over to you. Over here with your 2 dead sled dogs, a turned over frozen sled, and you with your pickaxe trying to get Hot Rod out of the ice. Hot Rod's head is out and swivels, and you can see Lilith, Skamos, and Severin with the animals over there. You kind of ignored Elliot when he went over to the Sparkle, which he was only able to see because of Hot Rod's lantern. And yeah, you did see a ghostly woman over there when Elliot was over there, but she was just standing there, and then when he left, she eventually just disappeared.
Did he see her or just me?
He seemed to talk to her, but then grabbed the Professor Orb. He saw something black kind of lift up and then break off of the orb, and then he turned around and walked back to the ship.
I'm gonna try to pick out Hot Rod faster.
You guys start hearing the clank of the pickaxe kind of start picking up.
Hey, is that Hot Rod over there?
You might hear like a bunch of gnomish swears too.
I guess Lilith will go over there. She can hear him.
Yeah.
Okay, Lilith will come over.
Okay. You hop onto Bane and head over there. Hot Rod's head is swiveling, and he's kind of heated himself down to his shoulders, but that's all he's been able to do. The actual coal inside him ran out of air to continue burning, so it's just melted a bit of a pocket inside the ice, and that's about it.
Lilith can help free Hot Rod with her shape water and bonfire, so she'll heat up the water and
melt it away and kind of free Hot Rod.
All right.
I go, be careful. The goblins told me about a dragon. I came to warn you guys.
Yeah, I turned into like an old woman. I wasn't really paying attention, but I think we're gonna do a job for her.
Yeah, well, that old bitch killed my dogs and put my robot in ice.
Oh.
Well, they technically weren't your dogs. They were the goblins' wolves.
Why did they kill the dogs?
Maybe you should ask her. She's crazy.
Crazy hot.
She strafed you guys with a cold breath.
Oh man. Well, now Lilith does not like and trust the dragon witch thing. I mean, she didn't really like him very much to begin with, but now she really doesn't like her.
Well, we're not dead, so
yeah.
That's a good.
We're on the up and up.
That's true.
Well, I got 14 hit points left, so
yeah. You were luckily missed. Hot Rod was at the front and got hit along with dogs, and you just got thrown free of the sled. Luckily, you were on the portion that's all snow. You hadn't gotten to the ice, so
I'll give you 2 health potions.
Oh. Never mind.
Yeah, I don't have any spells left.
Oh. I mean, you guys are going to be resting.
Well, it's for later. At least
Well,
you'll have
I guess we can take you with us with your sled.
Now that you got
I don't know. I think my sled's pretty fucked up.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
It's the cold breath isn't just like cold breath. There's like ice particles that the sled's not really usable anymore.
Do you want to ride Bane
on the way back?
Do you think Bane will
I can walk. I'm just gonna drag. Can we drag my robot out of the ice?
Perfectly separate directions.
Yeah. Well, Lilith is able to heat up the ice enough that he can start walking out of it. You'll have to relight his coal furnace there, but
he might be out for the he might be out till he dries off, I guess.
Probably.
I could try lighting it with a firebolt.
No, that's okay. Thanks, though.
Alright, so...
Pretty accurate.
Actually, Skamos, you're just the guy I wanted to talk to.
Oh boy.
Alright, I want to pull Skamos away from everybody else.
Okay.
Alright. Here's the problem. Apparently they had that bounty out on the goblin, correct?
You best kill.
Think so?
Yeah, they did, from what we know from East Haven. Now the problem here is his face and head got crushed. Also, he wasn't a goblin. He was a gnome. Now...
Is this... Wait,
I see where this
is
going.
going.
I don't like this.
Yeah, this is John Travolta.
Okay.
Yeah, but we actually have his face. The face mask didn't get destroyed.
Oh.
Just the head did.
Are we sure about that? It took like a 30-foot drop from Morningstar.
So the mask is fine. His head is crushed.
I thought we had to give the mask back to the grandma though. Grandma.
No, I specifically pocketed it.
Yeah.
The
other masks, you actually took.
Yeah, you took the other ones.
So you have the masks from the other 4 gnomes.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, I think Deckard had one, so unless Lilith took it, one's frozen and Deckard.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Deckard did have that, so Lilith might have it.
I did not take it, so it's still with Deckard's.
Still frozen in his...
It is prison purse.
So...
Yeah, I don't think I took that.
So I'm hushed talking with Skamos, because you guys aren't here. And I go, you're a very charming individual, has a way with words. Now, here's the problem that I see. How are we supposed to collect on a bounty when they're not really looking for gnomes? Either we have to convince them that literally it was cannibalistic space gnomes that were eating goblins, or I have another idea.
And continue.
Now, when I was talking with the goblins, I do know that they have it in their heads that they want to be part of the 10 towns. However, I know was it East Haven or no? Sorry, it was East Haven, right? That wanted the goblins, right?
So it was Bryn Shander that wanted.
Oh, Bryn Shander, sorry.
Yeah, you heard about it in East Haven.
Yeah, so we know that Bryn Shander wanted these goblins taken care of. So maybe somebody who's really good with words could just kind of get the goblins the idea that we're representatives of Bryn Shander, and then we send the goblins over to Bryn Shander. But at the same time, with this scroll of sending I have, we tell Bryn Shander that there was too many goblins to handle, and they're on their way there right now. So Bryn Shander takes care of the goblins, and we get the bounty.
Yeah, that sounds like something I could help with. Sounds just like the type of evil I'm about. Yeah, I'm in.
Now the rest of the group doesn't have the, I don't know, the stones for something like this, but so just putting it out there, and then I say whatever you decide, and I put the ascending scroll in his hands there.
Okay, Iggy, do you mention what I talked about in our text chat before about the other goblins that are there? Okay.
He would know that too, though, because he was around, so you can mention it to
actually,
him.
Yes, you guys did see before you left that the families were starting to come out after the fight. I don't know if anyone counted, but there were probably up to 40 children.
Okay.
Now,
is that still the kind of evil that you're about?
It's just what do you think is easier? Convincing them that it was space gnomes or that it's goblins?
Base gnomes is a pretty hard sell, but we do have the face masks, though.
Yeah, but we could pull that off of any goblin.
They are tanned and quite old leather.
I think it's honestly your idea is easiest
because right?
Yes,
they take care of everything and we get a bounty.
But if you
can always make the request that they don't kill the children. Just have like an orphanage or something.
No, that's horrible.
You're not there, Chud. You're not there, Chud. That's why I specifically talked to Skamos by himself.
Skamos is heartless. Come on.
Skamos doesn't give a fuck about anything anymore. He has no will to live.
That's true.
Like, you could probably convince him to jump off a cliff if it sounded like a good idea.
I'm just spitballing here, Skamos. This is not my idea, you know.
Yeah, no, I hear you. It's a good idea. Free money.
Now we've been to Brinchander, right?
You have, yeah.
Good. So
I would know what the speaker looks like.
You guys did not meet the speaker. You didn't meet the sheriff. You didn't meet the sheriff, but you did meet a couple of guards. When you were looking into the murder.
I thought we were at the trial.
No, that's
Elliot, right?
That was Lonelywood.
Oh, that was Lonelywood. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the trial of Elliot.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure that you could still quote unquote warn them, and the details could be ironed out later.
Yeah, I'll go let the goblins know.
Okay.
I'll give you. I'll just hand you the scroll sending. So, I'm just saying we have choices, but I'll leave it up to you.
Let's go over it again. What do you think we should do, Iggy?
Oh, I don't know. It's a tough sell. I mean, I'm not really too fond of goblins, so you know. I mean, I'm not going to eat them like these other horrible gnomes, but you know. Is it really that bad in the grand scheme of things?
I mean, it's a completed quest, you know. It's a.
Yeah. And I mean, Iggy, you do remember the goblins from your homeworld were brutish and almost animalistic.
Yeah, I'm not really too nonplussed about it. I mean. Yeah. You're the diplomatic person, so it's whatever you think would have a better success rate.
Yeah, they were less than. They were like Neanderthal level. They barely had a language of their own on your homeworld. So hearing them speak, and especially speak common, here was strange for you.
I trust you'll make whatever decision is in the best interest of the group.
All right.
And
so what city was it that we were sending them back to? Sorry.
Brinchander. And Skamos, if you are doing this, the sending spell gives you 20 words, so you'll have to come up with a 20-word way to tell Brinchander to do this. So do that in your own time. You guys have at least another day before you go back to the Goblin Village to tell them where to go.
Yeah, don't forget to put the scroll in your inventory.
Okay, thanks.
Alright, and then I go... Now, some of the other group is a little bit soft-hearted here, so maybe they don't need to know about this conversation.
Yeah, details are need to know.
Oh, also make sure to check. Well, I guess we can check later, but potentially, maybe the bounty is per ear.
That's a lot of little ears. I mean, I mean, what?
You'll figure it out.
Casual genocide. I love it.
All right. So you guys have a time for a long rest.
Excellent. Is there any way to fashion a small shelter out of the sail for the animals?
Yeah, pretty easily. You've got
Or at
like
least, like, cover
crampons
them
and
with
stuff,
it.
so you could turn it into a makeshift tent for them.
Just to try and keep them warm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming the kobolds have like, or we could sleep in the, well, I guess not so much more in the captain's quarters because that kind of got ruined, but yeah.
There was another section that you didn't check, and if you go up there, there are crew quarters.
Is there anything interesting in the crew quarters? I'm just gonna go like snoop about.
There is
You want to look for some secret hidden rooms or
okay, so there are no specific crew quarters, but there's a surgeon's cabin, which does have a bed, and you do find a vial of antitoxin, a healer's kit, and a vial of holy water.
Iggy, I wanted to ask you about making something too. Sort of a bard artificer combo.
Alright. I'm interested.
Whistle missiles. So
Whistle missiles.
it'd be like a bow and arrow that just like makes noise, almost like a psychological distraction, almost like they thought like missiles were coming down on them. It wouldn't actually hurt them at all. It would just be the noise going past them, but it'd be like, just to really fuck with them.
You need that in an arrow or a bolt?
I have a crossbow, so probably bolt.
Alright, that seems interesting. What do you figure, DM?
Yeah. It would probably take you, I'd say it'd probably take you a day to plan out, and then another day to, depending on how many arrows or how many bolts you're making for it. Probably up to a day.
I need a couple days or so to get that done. It's doable.
Sounds good. Sounds interesting.
Whistle missiles, I like it. Catchy name. That in itself will sell.
We'll add it to the store once we get back to the university. Baldur's Gate University's own whistle missile.
Patent the design.
Yeah.
Make a fortune.
In Golemov, you also find a first mate's cabin, which is empty other than frost-covered bed.
Okay.
You find a chart room that has a large detailed map of the Sword Coast.
Wait, hold on. Chart room. Is this a takeable map?
Yep.
I would like to take said map.
Okay.
Large.
There is a map case as well that has a map of Icewind Dale in it.
Map case.
And you can also find you find all the parts of a set of navigator's tools. So you don't have a like specific bag or box or whatever they would come in, but you have all the tools for one.
Okay. Set.
And then you find one more, which is the storage room. Out of the barrels, you find a hooded lantern, 3 flasks of oil, 5 bars of lime-scented soap.
Excellent.
3 sets of manacles.
Just in case you want to get freaky.
Yeah.
3 sets of manacles?
3.
3 or 5?
And then 10 torches.
Okay.
And that's all you can find on the upper floor, or on the main floor.
Okay. And then the assumption is that, or from my understanding, the lower floor is where the kobolds were basically staying and all of their supplies were.
Yes.
Or at least, and there's no other further way down to get through back to crew quarters or anything else like that, right?
No.
There's only the last room is the okay.
Yeah.
I'm not going to steal from the kobolds. Actually,
Okay.
I'm going to take the hooded lantern, the flask of oil, and the torches, and I'm going to leave them with the kobolds.
Okay.
And I'm going to be like, hey guys, I was snooping the ship a bit more. I found some things that I think you would like.
They thank you.
I'm
They're
going to keep the
mostly doting on Arveatris. You do hear them call her grandmother a few times. One of them sneaks into a back room where, with a little food, and you hear a goat bleat, and Arveatris like turns her head, and the other goblins distract her away from the goat.
The kobolds.
Or kobolds.
Kobolds.
Yes.
So by the sounds of it, they murdered a goat, but they didn't want her to hear it for some reason.
They didn't murder a goat. It sounds like they have a pet goat.
Oh.
They were murdering their pet.
And they don't want her to eat it.
I understand. Okay.
Actually, speaking of that, Iggy will ask where that fucking giant elk came from.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Chad threw him out of a bag.
Yeah, we found
and
a
there is
bag.
a badger that's running around on
Oh,
the
yeah.
torch.
Oh yeah.
Badger.
Why don't we just
Wait, so
offer the giant elk and the badger to our dragon friend here?
The
No.
elk is sentient, and the badger can go.
Yeah,
Well,
but if
really,
they go,
I mean,
if he's eaten, he goes back to the whatever plane anyway, right? So it
I
doesn't
mean,
matter.
the sentience is the elk's problem, so...
I mean,
no, Lilith is not for that.
Too bad.
Not giving up any of our goats. We got some dead dogs back there. She wants to eat the meat off of those. That's her fault, anyways.
Actually,
Not having
did
my
anybody
goats, not having the elk, not having the badger.
did anybody bring any rations?
No.
Yeah, I've got some rations.
Right,
Okay.
because I fed all mine to Bear Bum there, and I
Yeah.
ran out here to try to warn you guys.
Do I have rations? Uh-oh.
Well-
I thought I brought some. Maybe someone else?
we can't.
Oh no, I got 1 day of rations. I got three 1 day rations.
I'm trying to remember.
I can give her
what was going on
my
here.
rations.
Don't we have like an obscene
Usually,
amount
if we
and
brought our
some-
carts and stuff like that,
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm just reading. I
You
understand.
have an obscene amount with your cart, and that's it.
Good.
You did take it did take you a day and a half to get to the goblin fort from Bremen, so you would have
Yes.
had to take some supplies with you.
Well, we came with the cart to the goblin thing.
No.
We did, yes.
We did.
Didn't we?
Yep. We rolled up with it.
Yeah,
Yep.
we did. We had the...
Because the goblins made a comment about, "Hey, the cart looks good," and we're like, "Yeah, it does."
No, you guys went with
No,
the I had asked you, and you guys, to get there faster, you took Axebeak sled.
To get to the ship, sure, but I'm pretty sure we brought our cart to the
No.
goblin hold.
No, you didn't.
I don't think we did, because it never went over the bridge.
Exactly.
What bridge?
Oh.
The Black
Yeah.
Ice Bridge,
Yeah, it did.
where those golems were. No, you just
Yeah,
had,
because
you just
We
had.
just had the
oh
axe
wait, we're
sleds.
going. Okay, hold
Yeah,
on. Now
and
I'm
the-
thinking.
one
We're
of the
about
extras
4
almost
sessions.
died.
Yeah. Okay. No. Now I see where we're at now.
That was
Ah.
4 sessions back. Yeah.
Yeah, that was like okay.
Well, maybe the goblins are nice enough to give us some food, despite them being starving.
Well, you would have brought some food with you. At least I'd say at least 3 days, judging by how far you thought the camp was.
We would have maybe brought the refillable soup pot.
Oh, for sure. So then we'll always have food. We don't even have to worry about ration.
Yeah.
So that's 3 times a day.
We'll just put it on Golmov's back.
I'm not a fucking... Oh my god.
Thanks, pal.
I'm not carrying the damn soup hut. Do I
You
look
could
like
tie it to Elliot then.
Do I look like a pack animal?
Yes.
Elliot.
In some places.
I'm a pachydermist, not a pack animal.
And we'll put Orb Man in there when we're not using it.
All right.
Did we get HP from long rest?
Yeah.
You roll your hit dice for it. Yeah.
All right, I got you. On the long rest.
Hit dice for it, and I can't remember.
What's our hit dice again? Sorry.
Lilith, I believe yours are 8. D8, I mean. And you have how many left?
Was that a scroll ascending, by the way, or what was that?
Yes, scroll of sending.
Also, I'm gonna make the whole group, including the kobolds, some nice brewed drinks.
Okay.
So that you can either roll an extra hit dice or roll a hit dice for free, or get one back from that.
Yeah.
I rolled a 2, so that's probably
hold on.
or
So
an 8.
it would be
That heals me up.
2. It would be your D8 plus 2. And where
That heals me.
are?
I'm only a 2.
Oh, I think it's under short rest. Okay. So there we go.
I make some really tasty drinks with a, I don't know, 21 at least, depending on what else you want to give me for brewing drinks. Survival.
Yeah, survival would work.
Okay, so 24 then, to brew some nice tasty beverages for everyone in the party.
Perfect. So it tells you when you click short rest how many you have left. I just clicked 2 for you, Lilith, because you would have used 1 at least prior because of that the golems at the Black Ice Bridge. When you click,
So when do our hit dice reset?
on the full rest, the 10-day rest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you
So
can.
the short rest is like, how long is like say a short rest?
So a short rest is an hour. A long rest
And
is
a long rest is
8 hours, minimum 8 hours.
And we need
8 hours. And a week and 10 days plus is a full rest.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can click long rest to get your spells and everything back, your spells and wild shapes. Then you have to go back into short rest to use up those hit dice again.
As long as you
because the
full.
system or the D&D Beyond doesn't have the house rule in there, so you have to do
And
it
I've
manually.
taken 2, so I have 2 left.
Right.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I think D&D Beyond was being a bit funny because, like, I tried to take a long rest and it didn't do it. Anything.
Oh, I think you have to click to confirm.
I did, and then it said, like, it counted down, but then it didn't do anything. Like,
Well,
it
you
didn't
can always just,
reset my spells or anything.
Just go into your spells. Just go into your spells as itself, and just click off your things.
Yeah, I did that already, but I thought that it did it automatically when you selected long rest.
It
So,
should.
that's okay, it's
weird
okay.
it
Maybe
did.
I just need to reset it or refresh the page. So
No big deal.
Hey, Brad, how much? Those sled dogs, are they like easy to grab?
Yeah. They're actually
All right.
wolves. No,
okay.
Not exactly sled dogs, but I used sled dog tokens for them.
All right. So since I'm proficient in cook tools, I'm gonna cook everybody a hot meal. But it's gonna. I'm of the wolves, but I'm not gonna let him know it's the wolves.
BRB.
Alright.
I have no problem. Golomov has no problem consuming non-sentient animals.
Okay.
So, do you need like a roll or anything, or?
Yes. Survival survival plus proficiency if you're not already proficient, because you're proficient with the cook's tools.
Yeah, since I'm chopping this up, I'm gonna take out my $5 steelskin amulet and give it a little kiss to guide myself.
Okay. And if you used hit dice, make sure to mark off a use of a healer's kit as well.
Oh right, I don't
Because
have
you're using
healer's
bandages
kits.
and stuff.
I wanted to sing a song for everybody around the campfire too.
Who's got the healer's kits? Yeah, we gotta be out of healer kit.
Yeah.
Golemov did just find one.
I have one.
All right,
Wait.
since I used like,
No, wait. Yeah.
I used like 3.
It's not one per.
Yeah.
There's got to be more than
rest.
like one bandage.
Yeah.
Right? More than one bandage.
So if you use any hit dice, you use up one use of the healer's kit. It's not one use per hit die.
All right, Brad, I'm just gonna roll my persuasion because that would be +3, which is
Okay.
what that would be.
Cool.
+4 from my guidance.
Alrighty.
Yeah, 26 for some fucking delicious like
Hell
fillet
yeah.
of wolf.
Wolf
Oh, I also got
kebabs.
the spice kit too. Remember the magic spice
Yes,
kit?
the magic spice kit. Everlasting spice.
Am I just doing performance?
So this is like
performance.
So you must have just put it in the pot then.
no, the pot doesn't take any other meat. It makes its
Yeah.
own.
Ooh,
I
nat
made what-
20, 25.
Yeah, you guys are doing great for your rest. Yeah.
You guys, this is like basically I made you like wolf filet mignon.
Yeah. So
Tenderloin.
Yeah, tenderloin. It's just delicious.
how's everyone?
We had a solid party
Actually,
on the ship.
HP.
I
It's
made
not
Wolf
showing.
Wellington. That's what I made.
Wolf Wellington.
Okay.
I don't need it.
So
This
just
Yeah, but
song
we had-
is
back to full.
it's about the goblin's demise, but nobody except Iggy and I know about like what's happening. But
Okay.
everyone's just grooving to the song. Like they're just like, "Wow, this is awesome!" And Iggy just keeps glancing at me. He's like, "You gotta stop that, dude."
It's pumped up kicks, but for goblins.
I think
So-
Lilith's got like a tear coming out of her eye because the song is so sad.
Do we have? Does anybody have insight enough to kind of get an idea if something's going on with this?
Not with the roll that he had. Not with that roll.
We're all just jamming out.
Yeah.
It's like when everyone didn't realize that Pumped Up's Kicks was about a school shooting until like 6 months afterwards.
Actually, with my awesome roll on cooking too, I give a special dish to Judd.
Ooh. What do I get? I get
see.
the eyeball?
No, these are Arctic oysters.
Oh, Arctical oysters. So you basically put some wolf nuts on ice, and I get to eat them.
Well, I cooked them and I seasoned them up really nicely.
Oh, these are very good. It reminds me of something. I'm not quite too sure, but I've had this before. It's very good.
After I saw you eat those worms, I thought you would really like these.
Oh, these were fantastic. I'm going to ask for your recipe so I can make these again, or you can just make them again.
Since I think you're serious, Iggy will use. I have paper. I'll write it down for you.
Okay.
You can put that in your inventory.
I will be wolf nuts.
Arctic oyster.
Arctic oyster.
So
Arctic oyster recipe.
um,
You know what? Chud might be writing a
cookbook.
cookbook. Yeah,
Okay.
so this will be the
Cookbook.
start of my cookbook.
All right.
Arctic oyster, eating Arctic oysters with Chud.
All right, I took a parchment sheet off, so there. I wrote that
Alright.
down the recipe for you,
Cool beans.
Thank you.
and I will use. I will say that it is wolf.
Well, I don't care. I think it's
Yeah.
fantastic. I'll say, do you think the bigger the oysters, the better the taste?
Good question.
You'll just have to try them all, Chud, to find out.
I'm gonna eat as many nuts as I can. To find out.
Oh, and then before he starts eating, though, I'll start like using the little magical spice thing, like one of those pepper grinders, just like like a restaurant. And I'll grind some more on and see if Chud wants more pepper on there.
Well, I'm gonna see if you have any more.
Please say when.
Parmesan. So I'll ask for the Parmesan. And I'll just keep going. You're gonna say, just say when. Keep going.
Wait, is there Parmesan? I'll try to get Parmesan out of it.
Yeah, I love the.
Oh yeah,
I love my
can.
cheese. Cheese on my prairie oysters, right?
Yeah.
On my Arctic prairie oysters.
Brilliant.
Covered in cheese. Very natural. You get all the flavors.
Wait, did you say prairie oyster? Arctic
You know what a prairie oyster is? That's exactly what I'm eating. What?
I just caught that joke. I thought you meant real oysters.
Real Arctic oysters.
Yeah, real Arctic oysters.
They're delectable.
They're amazing.
I could save one for you, Lilith, if you like.
You know what? I'll cut one in half, and then I'll hand one to you while I'm eating the other one.
Can Lilith tell if Iggy had heard the dead dogs?
No. Not unless you read the recipe from the Chud has right now.
Yeah, yeah, it's tough to tell.
I will share.
It's meat from somewhere.
I got 26 on that roll.
Yeah,
so.
it's meat from somewhere, but you're not sure.
I will cut the nut in half, and you can have half of it. Actually,
I made him. I'll eat it.
Anybody that likes it.
Yeah.
What nut?
The nut of the dog?
The oyster?
I made him. I should be proud of my work.
The prairie oysters, yes. I'm sharing the prairie oysters.
With Parmesan now.
With Parmesan. You gotta have a little bit of cheese on there to make those prairie oysters taste good.
It's a great idea, Chad. A little bit of funk on there. It's perfect.
Yeah, right? You just gotta have that little bit of funk, that smell. Something you're like, it smells kind of bad, but it tastes great. It's the weirdest thing ever.
Like durian.
Yeah. Oh my god. Well, it's... Durian it smells bad and it tastes worse.
What is durian?
I've actually never tried it.
It's a fruit that smells and tastes like rotten flesh.
Oh.
You watch the Tri Channel. They've done a few durian episodes.
Are they the things that fall from the trees that are big and spiky?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like huge, and like certain places actually, like I think airports and stuff, like you actually can't eat durian because smell
it's so bad.
So like awful to people. Like certain places you can't eat it.
It's overpowering. They on the Tri Channel they had durian candies that were like individually wrapped, but they were put into a plastic bag as well. And as soon as they opened the plastic bag, they were like, "Okay, I can smell it through the plastic and the other plastic."
Yeah.
Well, that would if these Arctic oysters smelled like that, then they'd more be from like. Well, I'd get in trouble for saying this, so I'll back away from that for a second.
No, man, with the 26, these things smell fucking amazing.
Oh, they are perfect.
Like
they are prepared like
delicacy.
That funk is the thing that gives them the little bit of pizzazz.
Yeah.
Just wait till you get it in your mouth. Excellent mouthfeel.
Oh, yes, you know that texture and the way it pops in your mouth, amazing.
It's like caviar. It's like just a burst of flavor.
Gross.
Anyone who's not from the prairies is gonna have no idea.
I think everybody knows what prairie oysters are.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
All right.
Let's ask Chat.
Does everyone know?
I think people have gotten the hint at least.
It'd be a pretty good idea.
Oh, because it was such a good roll. I think we get a hit dice back, right?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. So you
know for cooking and for drinks.
A real corpse flower when I lived in Vancouver.
Oh, really? Oh.
Have you ever heard of the corpse flower? It's like this enormous, like,
flower, you know, like a flycatcher, like they eat bugs and can eat birds and shit like that.
It blooms.
And like I think once in its lifetime it blooms, and when it blooms it smells like a rotting corpse. And I wanted to go see it because it's like literally a once in a lifetime thing, but the lineup to go see and smell the corpse flower was like enormous. Like it was like through Queen Elizabeth Park, so I never got a chance to actually see it. I'm so disappointed.
They had that in Edmonton too. We got a corpse flower
it's at
here.
the Mootart Conservatory.
It's like every few years it will finally bloom, but it's such like a huge event that can't get in.
It was in the past 2 years that it happened.
Yeah, it was recent.
It wasn't. Anywho, since I'm pretty good, I'm pretty satisfied with my eating those nuts.
Anyone who eats the wolf, nuts or otherwise, does get a hit die back.
Weird.
What about getting temporary hit points for the prairie oysters?
What's that?
I think both the song and the prairie oysters.
Does everyone get randy who ate them?
They feel a little bit jazzed up. Plus one.
You go hang out. You're feeling randy. Go hang out with the kobolds.
Oh no way! I'm hanging out with Galmov.
You're like,
so I'm
trying to do something, and I'm just gonna like, I'm just gonna like kick you off like you would kick off a horny dog.
Yeah. Well, you know what? And I'll wink at you and tell you, you know what I like.
I thought this episode was gonna be us fighting like a cool ass dragon, and it's just evolved into eating dogs and furry oysters.
Not dogs, wolves.
Wolves.
Talking about nuts.
Yeah.
Talking about nuts and kicking off characters humping each other.
I mean, that's usually what happens in this campaign. We usually end up talking about balls at least once an episode.
Yeah.
The Tough Life is the only female character in this campaign.
Yeah, I bet. But yeah. Unfortunately, that's what happens when you're hanging out with 6 guys, right? It all comes back to nuts.
Comes up every once in a while. I'd also like to chat up the dragon lady if she's receptive to it.
I think she only likes chat.
What?
And I'm actually gonna get very jealous if my Golem is gonna be chatting up the dragon lady. You'll see me in the corner, kind of tapping my foot, looking a little bit perturbed.
So, what do you say?
So I'm just gonna be like, have Cloth and yourself learned anything new regarding the location that we're searching for?
Says, I don't know what you're talking about.
Maybe like, you know, the upside down city where we think the winter's coming from? What was the actual friggin' town? What was the name of that city again?
Yithrin?
Yeah, Yithrin and I'm trying to find my conversation with Cloud.
Sunblight.
Sunblight, yeah. There we go, Sunblight Fortress.
Yeah.
She says, I don't remember meeting you before. You do remember she was very out of it.
Yeah, alright. It's at this point in the conversation where I kind of look respectively but disappointedly at the size of her hoard and understand that her age and she's probably just an old crazy dragon at this point. So yeah, I'm just gonna go and go to bed.
Alright. So the next morning you guys are given a everyone who can't breathe underwater, which is everyone except for Chud, is given a potion of water breathing. She also in her dragon form breathes out, and you feel the oppressive cold start to fade away. She says, neither of these will last long. You'll have about an hour to complete your mission.
Well, I hope you're not an hour away from the place.
No, you're not an hour away.
I think my cat sneezed himself awake.
Bigby does that all the time. And yeah, you get to head out. Are Hot Rod or Hogarth coming with?
Well, I mean, Hot Rod doesn't need to breathe, so...
Okay.
Yeah, will Hogarth be able to survive being in water in his state?
He probably would.
Then yes, he can come.
What?
So Hogarth can come, Bane will stay.
I can inspect him if you want. Now, thanks to my piety, if I look at Hogarth, what would I need to fix him?
You would need definitely more powerful spells.
Or do you want to get back to that?
And particular.
Your characters?
Oh, I think the answer's a lot right now.
Yeah, you'll need a lot.
A lot. Can you do like a little bit of fixing every day?
It looks expensive, I'll say.
Yeah, it'll be expensive.
Okay.
Hi.
Well.
Hi. If I look, what percentage-wise, if I can tell Lilith, like, what's he at? If he was like an iPhone battery, like 0 to 100%.
He's probably around 25.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna tell her it's around 25% of what he should be.
All right. But he's not going to die if he goes underwater, right?
No.
Like he won't just completely rust and be destroyed?
Mm-hmm.
He's a construct.
He's fine.
Boy, this poor guy's been beat to
Okay.
shit.
I would, since I'm hearing you guys talk, I might suggest that since he is a construct, he might be heavy. He wouldn't really swim. He might just be walking along the bottom. Again, with Iggy's guy too, Hot Rod. Would that?
Good point.
Is that right? They'd be
Rod's
walking along the bottom rather than
So
swimming.
they'd be slow us down?
Well, if Hot Rod doesn't have any coal in him, he's about 200 pounds.
Yeah, they won't be able to swim back up. They'd have to walk back to shore. But
we could ask the
I think as
dragon
long
lady
as
to
he's
drop
not
them
going
off
to be
kind of where they
damaged, that's
should be.
okay.
mhm.
Can I put like
I'm
a...
okay with him coming with us.
No, Hot Rod can just spin his legs like a little propeller, like Inspector Gadget. He'll be fine.
Yeah.
Maybe the other guy could do that too.
My Discord just crashed.
Oh no.
Did it? That's not
Yeah.
cool.
Oh yeah. We're good.
He's...
We're home.
If I were to estimate, because I'm good with robots, mechanisms, and arcane things, how heavy is what's his name? Hogarth?
Hogarth?
Hogarth, Gunther.
He's a few hundred pounds. He's heavy.
So-
Like, do you think
How
like a
do
ton?
we do stress
Probably close.
in this now? Because my dude's afraid of open water.
Okay.
Oh no!
But here's the thing: this isn't open water. You're going under the water.
It's
is like-
pretty close to the same thing.
Do we see like Severin is like starting to sweat bullets here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go up to him and I'll go like, "Come on, sea legs, pull yourself together."
So
And I'll give you a pat on the bum, which I have to actually like lift up to get to.
reach up to get to.
It's like not even a pat. It's like he like caressed and left my butt cheek.
Well, if you like it like that,
So how
I'll
do we
give you
do
a-
the stress
I'll
thing?
give you a pinch too.
So how do we do that?
Stress is in. No, I think it was in handouts. Did I put it? No, I didn't.
You got the updated. You wanted to use the updated ones too.
Yes. So
Is it in the Google Doc?
should be. Did I put it in there?
For me, you were doing a wisdom save, and on a failure, I was getting a minus 1 to everything.
Okay.
Until I could clear the stress.
Yes. So I did put it into the Google Doc. It is under fear and stress. And when you interact with one of your seeds of fear, which for you is the open water, oh no, is that the same thing? Let's open up this and search. No. Van Richten's Guide.
Actually, I just had an idea.
Yeah.
Now, I have a block and tackle in my bag. So can we rig it up so that we can actually lower Hot Rod and Hogarth in, and then have an easier way to get them out?
It would be a little difficult because of the ice, but it's possible, yeah.
Can we just rig it into some really thick ice?
Yeah. Where the hell?
And this is why I have everything in my bag of holding.
So I don't have the link for it anymore.
Unless we want to leave Hogarth behind.
Trinkets.
Well, I mean, I think we're just like, as far as I understand this, we're just going underwater into a cave, right?
Yeah.
Like a submerged cave.
It's about 80 feet down.
And then do we like go into it and then we can breathe, or is it a case of the whole thing's underground and we gotta clear this thing in an hour?
Oh, also I have 4 light crystals that I dug out of the.
Yes. Okay, so DC 15 Wisdom saving throw.
For me, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, well, I definitely failed.
Yes. So.
Do I pee my pants?
It's like just a little bit of yellow comes out.
You are.
Does it get warmer down here?
Right.
You smell that? It smells like coffee.
So you will have this entire time disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls until you're back out of the water. Disadvantage.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Wawa no bueno.
And this will give you 1 to your stress score.
Now, hypothetically,
mark that down first.
Oh.
If we get into combat and I cast heroism on him and he's immune to being frightened, will that suppress that?
It will suppress that. He'll still have the -1. It will replace the frightened with the -1 from his stress.
Okay, stress count 1.
Yes. So stress count is
and everything.
Yeah. It's stress means -1 on all of your d20 rolls, but because of the fear, we'll do one or the other. Whichever one you are currently being affected by, you won't be affected by the other.
So since I'm in water, I'd be all disadvantaged, and then when I'm out of water, then -1.
Yes, until you get that back. And if he casts heroism on you, then you will just be at the -1 until heroism ends.
Okay.
So for Lilith, I will let you know that you do have one wild shape that has both a swim speed and a and amphibiousness, so you can breathe underwater while you're wild shaped, which is the giant
Would
toad.
that be toad? Yeah, okay. Sounds good.
So you can do that. Your wild shape lasts for what, 2 hours?
Yes.
Okay. So you'll be good for the entire time, unless you get knocked out of it. So we'll have to move folks around just to be able to fit you. I have put the swim speeds on everyone, which looks like it's hard for you guys to see, so I'm gonna have to zoom this in. But I found everyone's swim speed. Hot Rod and Iggy, you both have a swim speed of 15. Well, actually, Hot Rod, Iggy, Severin, and Skamos all have swim speed of 15, as does Hogarth.
But Hot Rod has 40 movement speed normally.
Oh, does he have 40? Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Hot Rod's should be 20 then.
All right, I'm just gonna ride on Hot Rod because I've got his what's it called? His
baby
why
backpack.
can't I remember it? I've got the baby backpack on him.
Okay, so you're just 5 feet faster when you're connected.
You got a baby Bjorn on Hot Rod?
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. It's got a nice swivel chair with like really good back support because I'm old.
Nice.
And a heat vent, but it's not working
I'll be
right now.
back.
Okay.
Hey, does my I don't suppose I have light from his eye right now, though, do I?
No, unless you put one of those crystals in, and then it's smaller.
Yeah, could I jam a crystal in there?
Yeah, you could.
All right, now I have 3 more. Does anybody in the group want one of these?
Yeah. They.
Okay, so...
All right, who's grabbing? Skamos is getting one. Who wants a light crystal?
I'll take one.
All right, I've got one more.
I'm already panicking.
Probably give it to him.
So that's hyperventilating right now.
As the toad, right?
So
my vision should be okay.
You don't have very good dark vision because of the way that we are doing dark vision right now. You don't have the dark vision.
All right.
So the only person who can see in the dark is Chud, because he's got 120, which reduces it to 60. Everyone else is, unable to see in the dark.
I guess I could take it and just hold it in my giant frog mouth.
If you want, I'll give it to you. Or unless you want to hold it in one of your frog fingers.
You could tie it to her frog arm or something.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good.
All right. Just remember you have those people.
Okay, so...
Told you guys that Hot Rod was a decent swimmer.
Does he swim or does he just stomp ahead?
No, it's totally like Inspector Gadget. You see his little feet are actually just telescoping around? Yeah.
His feet become propellers.
Alright, so...
I really should have prepared Featherfall here. That was a waste.
Featherfall, would that have helped?
No, I'm just saying it was a waste.
Oh.
It's a waste of a spell slot.
Yeah, just a little.
Unless we can use Featherfall to float.
No. That's not how it works.
It does make you lighter, so does it make you less dense to float?
It just makes you fall slower. So, I have something on here that you guys can see. These lamps on the left. This is timing your hour in the water. How long you have to breathe. Currently Lilith and Chud are the only ones who don't have to worry about it. And Hot Rod and Hogarth, of course. So it takes Lilith and Chud. I don't know why it's not letting this stay on top. It takes Lilith less than 6 seconds to get down there, or exactly 6 seconds to get down there because she's her toad form. So 1 round. Chud and Golemov are both 2 rounds. And yeah, Chud, Golemov, and Iggy on Hot Rod's back are 2 rounds. And then everybody else is 3 rounds. So that means I've got to move this over here so that I've got stuff. That means that we are down this and there to bottom, and to bottom. And that brings this one down as well. So you currently have 59 minutes and that many seconds. Each one of these red ones is 6 seconds, counting up to a minute.
We're all gonna die.
Then 10 minutes on blue, and then 6 times 10 minutes on the green. So total of 60. And yeah, you guys get down to this cave. You do see that about 80 feet below the surface is a partially buried stone structure in the eastern side of a rocky mound. A 4-sided pyramidal roof can be seen above the debris in the middle of the structure, and a natural cave entrance appears to lead inward on the northeast side. This is the easiest way in, and you guys can swim your way in. And yeah,
look around, see just kind of what's what around there. Since we got a little bit earlier waiting for guys, we can take a look around. If there are any other entrances, maybe something we would have missed or something like that.
Yeah. Let me see. There is mention of this. So, do you want to take time swimming around to find a different way in?
Well, how long is it taking again for everyone to get down there? You said we had a round or 2?
Yeah, you'll have
2
another
rounds for us.
You'll have 1 round for the rest of them to get there. Lilith will have 2 rounds.
I'll take a look to see, because we're looking at the pyramid structure. You said I can't see anything.
Yes, there is a pyramid structure.
Would we be able to tell, considering I'm aquatic and all that stuff, if there's maybe a path or something like that that looks like there'd be something leading to another way that might lead to a different entrance or something like that?
It's possible that the Rocky Mound does have an alternate way in.
I will check the Rocky Mound. Can I stealth first? I want to be stealthy about it.
Roll me a stealth check.
All right. 18.
Ooh.
Not bad.
Okay, so you will be arriving back at this cave after everyone else. But doing that, you do see that there is one other entrance on the Rocky Mound.
Okay. Hopefully everyone waits for me.
Yeah, that would be the northwest side.
Okay. If they wait there for me, I will relay that information to them.
Okay.
That there is another way, a kind of a side level.
Down to bottom. So, yeah, and this is actually what we were talking about yesterday, where I want everyone who doesn't have telepathy to mute everyone else who doesn't have telepathy. So, Golemov, Iggy, Skamos, and Severin should all mute one another. Lilith and Chud are okay. They can hear everyone, and you guys get to play telephone, relaying anything that everyone else says to each other.
So I have to mute everyone?
Everyone except for Lilith and Chud.
Well, can't with a potion of water breathing we can talk to each other with that, can't we?
How does the jeez.
Where does the potion actually read?
DM's choice, though, right?
It's not teaching you Aquan, which would be one of the languages that would let you speak underwater. So technically, Chud, you can speak because you know Primordial, so you would know the Primordial language of underwater speech.
Yeah. Which is
all right. So we're still muting everybody then.
Yeah.
Except for
Lilith and Chud.
Deckard and Melissa.
Yeah.
Deckard? Who the hell is Deckard?
Deckard's dead.
Right, muting you all. Bye-bye.
I'm not muting Brad, though.
Right. Don't mute me.
Yeah.
Too late. Been done.
Oh god. Playing telephone with only two of the other.
Yeah.
The worst people to play
one of us
telephone with.
hasn't been trying to kill all the rest of you since the beginning.
Yeah.
So meta conversations, if it gets meta, you can go for it. I guess we should have come up with a meta thing, but I think the Professor X from the 90s TV series, Fingers to the Temple. Meta, you can unmute me so that I can relay something. And yeah. So you relay to everyone that there is another entrance, this one on the northwest side.
Blah, 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 blah. So, what do you guys think?
What about gestures? Like, if I make a gesture, Brad, are you going to repeat that to the rest of the group?
I don't know.
Yeah.
So that they
I can't
so
talk
if
to
I
you,
like
so
just
you do what
gesture
you
that
gotta do.
I point to myself and then swim forward, and then
Okay.
do so.
Golomov's swimming forward.
No, we want to go to the side over here.
Like,
I'll follow him.
I'm gonna-
He knows what's going on.
basically just
I'm
like
gonna
point to
swim
my
to the
wrist as
side.
like I'm wearing a watch, and we're like, we're on a time
I'm
frame.
being told
I'm
to
not gonna
swim.
spend
Yeah,
time screwing
Lilith
around.
is swimming forward.
He's time frame.
All right, I'll follow.
Okay. So,
I'm gonna venture in quickly but cautiously.
okay. And I'm gonna make you smaller. Okay. So, you guys follow. And
Again, I'll say easier, smarter, safer route behind.
How do you know it's safer, Chud?
Because you're not going in the front door.
How do you know that's not the front
I'm
door?
following Chud. Chud's my
We are
boy.
dealing with fish people.
I am a fish person, and that's the front
Exactly.
door. You're going
This-
in.
This is the front door
Well,
for
it's going to
human people.
continue behind Golemov.
okay. So,
Maybe me and Scamcos will be going in the other side.
are you going to the other side, Chud and Skamos?
Yeah. I'm going to the other side.
Okay.
I'll follow them. I'll follow them to the other side.
Wherever this little fish.
Okay.
I'll go, I guess, on that way too.
You guys head
Can
to
I
the
make a
other
perception? Can I do a perception check behind us?
side. Yeah, you can.
21. Do I see anything like trying to sneak up behind us?
You do not.
No sharks yet.
What a waste of a critical.
So, you guys moving at full speed would be...
Can you remind me what we're just trying to get the gold back for the dragon?
Yep.
Yes.
That's all we're doing here? Okay.
Yeah, I hope somebody wrote that down because I wasn't there.
It was like 72 gold, 181 or 3 silver, 352 copper, and 2 pearls.
And 2 pearls. That's all I remember is 2 pearls. We gotta get some pearls, guys. For this fucking demented dragon.
Okay.
Do I see any with that 20? Do I see any oysters that might have pearls in them?
You do not. No.
What gold is that?
Do you see any bubbles kicking around?
Well, yeah, there's bubbles. Bubbles everywhere.
So there are no bubbles this side, but you guys are going to get to your place faster, just because of virtue of how far they had to go. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So that's 1, 5, 10, 15, 25, 30 is 2. So there's 4 left for the others.
While my guys are swimming, I'm gonna tell them too. It's like, first sign of trouble, we're getting the fuck out of here and going and catching up with the other group. But otherwise, let's go in stealthy.
So, here we go. You guys spot. Oh, jeez, I've got the wrong thing up. There we go.
I think Chud and I are gonna roll stealth.
Okay, and give me stealth.
Down and down. Do I keep my stuff that I rolled before?
You do keep that one. And Skamos is a 16, so that's good.
And then we got, shit. We got Foster too. Then he, what? Because he's coming too, yeah.
Severn, are you going to roll stealth?
Yep. Do I still have disadvantage even though I'm underwater?
Yes, you have disadvantage because you're underwater, regardless, because you're underwater.
Jesus.
Okay, so it's 6 both times.
Okay, 6.
But thank God it's going to be a group one. So I'm pretty sure we all pass. Oh, he's calculating something.
No, I'm trying to set a shift. So if I go control down.
Since I see him fail that bad, can I just cast invisibility on him?
You can, yeah. He is very obviously
failing.
Struggling underwater.
Yeah.
Alright, well, since I can't communicate with him, hey Chud, could you pass on the information that our friend is now invisible?
I'm gonna look at him and go to the eyes and go.
Well, you can speak to him.
I know, but I'm still. Okay. Right now, I'm just.
That's how you're doing it.
Just freak him out.
Right?
To Severin, that's what he's doing. And right now, I want, before I forget, I want everyone to roll initiative so that I can keep track of that. Everyone's going to have the same initiative for all of the combat and whatnot. So,
18.
Okay.
I've been muting myself because I've been having pretzels and I don't want to be crunching in people's ear. And I keep forgetting to unmute myself.
So Severin, roll initiative as well. Just getting it to have it ready.
For when, not if we fight something, for when we fight
Your
something.
initiative was
Anyway,
zero.
I'll see you guys next week.
And Lilith's away.
I think you gotta start dropping invisibility jokes to Severin.
And Iggy,
Being like, we'll
initiative?
make it so it's like he's not even here.
Is initiative at disadvantage?
He might run up and do something stupid if you don't tell him so.
No, shouldn't be.
Yeah, but we're all down with doing something stupid.
7.
Yeah, but we did. You and I rolled some decent stealth.
Okay.
Yeah. I gave him all the eyesight. He's invisible. Just a fuck.
He will eventually see that his hands are invisible. And Lilith, can I get initiative from you as well? Okay, so Chud 18.
Like, I'm not even mad. I'm sort of impressed that he rolled at 0.
Yeah.
Right?
Golemov is 17.
Who rolled a 0?
Severin got a 0 for initiative.
Oh no!
16.
Like with a minus and there was no added.
He's got a -1, yeah.
Oh,
Whoops.
Is 12. And Iggy 7. Okay. So, you guys, the first group, you come across a Sahuagin who is praying in front of a relief on the wall. So, as you're coming in, you see that 3 of the 4 walls of this large cavern are naturally formed, but the western wall contains wondrous reliefs depicting 4 entities with tunnels leading downwards beneath each one. Small humanoid figures gather at the feet of these entities, laying down sacrifices and treasure, and others appear to be swimming away in fear. And
So,
yeah,
sorry, there was like, what were they swimming away from in fear? Like the 4
from the
orbs,
light
or-
that's just shown up.
Oh,
Our
sorry.
light.
Okay, sorry.
Your
I
light.
thought you were talking about the relief. I misunderstood.
Sorry.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
that's what I thought too.
Yeah, the,
Yeah,
the
I thought
light
you were
on the
talking like
giant
something on the
frog
wall.
that's
It
just showing
was
up
showing
here.
they were running away from light.
Giant frog
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
a big
no, I
glowing
was-
light on it.
totally thought it'd be like,
Okay.
Yeah.
David, there's
Light
some
on a
sort
big
of
frog.
thing
There's
going on
a.
here.
I've got
Okay.
the drift globe with you, Golemov. So there's also light from that.
Yes. Yes. I
Can
would
we investigate the relief?
Well, before you do that, the Sahuagin in here turn to you
just gonna, like,
with
wave to
weapons.
Can I like put my hands up and wave to it?
You
Apparently you
can.
didn't talk to Chud about these creatures before, did you?
You wave and they set their. I believe they've got tridents. No, they've got warhammers, which is really funny because that means that they've got disadvantage underwater.
That's weird.
All right.
Their attacks with that are at disadvantage. So,
Even better.
if you have any weapon that is not a dagger, javelin, short sword, spear, or trident, You have disadvantage.
You wouldn't call the crossbow a what are those underwater things called again?
A crossbow.
Right.
Crossbow and net are also crossbow, net, and dart are also not at disadvantage.
Okay.
Spells are not either. We will hand wave the verbal, just so that you are able to cast spells.
I mean, in theory, you can still say the verbal.
Exactly, you can still say it.
It's you just can't hear yourself saying it.
Exactly.
No, my gun, because my gun is arcane powered.
Yes, it is arcane powered, so you can still use it.
Yeah, but it wouldn't go that far through the water, though, right? At least the bolts would be going through the water slower.
There's rules for, I know for crossbows too.
I don't think physics
that's what I was
affects
thinking.
that.
Would be like a harpoon?
It messes up the range. I believe
it halves the range.
Yeah, so it's probably the same thing then.
Yeah, it would be the same.
Although I don't know because I don't actually shoot bullets. I shoot
inflatable
arcane energy that after it hits dissipates though.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Is it still piercing?
Yeah, it's still piercing.
I would say then it still follows the same thing. It would just be like having a knife that comes back to you after you throw it or something like that. Appears in your hand again. It's just the same sort of thing. I don't know why it's showing Golemov as still having 12 HP, but whatever. Everyone else is full on here. So it starts with the Sahu again. And numbers 3 and 4 are going to move, and they have speed.
So
40.
I just waved, and they're just coming up on. Right?
They're just coming up on
us. All right. Okay.
5, 10.
I see how it is then.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Okay. They get right up to you, Golemov. 2 attacks with Warhammer, or these 2 will not have disadvantage. So they're going to go for the lower damage, not disadvantage, against Golemov. Crap, and I've got it set to save as sending to everyone. So first attack is an 18.
Yep.
And second is a natural 20. And I'll roll for the other guy as well. His bite is a dirty 20, and his claws are a dirty 20.
Yep.
So
are they smart enough to go with the stuff where it's not disadvantage?
They are, yes. They're intelligent creatures. These ones
we
look
also
like
just
soldiers.
rode up in, yeah. I don't know. They're intelligent creatures, and we just rode up in here with our hands up, and they're like, "Fuck you!" So that was cool.
So I need one of these. It was the claw, so that is slashing. So this is going to hurt. You are vulnerable to slashing damage for 1d4 rounds. Where's my d4? For 4 rounds.
Yeah.
So you take first 4 points of piercing damage. Then, because you're vulnerable, you take double, so 8 points of slashing.
No. The second attack was the one that made it vulnerable.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take I wouldn't take vulnerability damage from the attack that inflicts it, would I?
I'll agree with that. So 4 piercing, 4 slashing.
Yep.
Then 4 piercing and 14 slashing because you're vulnerable there. So what does that put you at?
12.
12.
Or 11, sorry.
Yeah.
Someone just got smacked.
Someone got smacked. Chud, you are still swimming towards the other one. And Golemov, it's your turn.
Alright. I'm gonna smack him right back.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you know what? I am gonna do this so that they both take that, and then... Actually, all three would take that. I'm gonna use my bonus action to summon my arms.
Hey, Chud, I think you should tell him
Franklin,
sooner than later.
All of three of them in range take...
Okay.
He knows what's going on. Foster, you're invisible. Sever.
All of them have to make a dex saving throw or take 7 force damage.
Okay.
I saw that.
13.
I'm invisible now?
We're
Sweet.
So we've got a 14 and a 6.
And the third guy?
Oh, he's within range too.
Yep.
He rolls a 10.
Okay. So the 2 that failed would take 7, and the guy that did not take 0.
Okay, so the 14, I assume, is the one that passed.
Yes.
Okay. Where the heck is... I don't know where your arms are. So I'll just head up here and grab them from here. Ungroup. There. Level down one. Okay, there we go. And bottom. All right. So they take. They take 7.
Yep.
Okay, so I rolled for 3 first, so he's the one who takes none, and the other 2 take 7. So I don't know why I've got these guys with that much HP. That's weird. So they're at that of that. That's very strange that I've got them that high. But next is numbers
Hold
1
up.
and 2. Yep.
I'm not done yet. I still
Oh,
have
you're
my
not
full
done.
action.
That's right.
Nope. I also have a question. You said that they have warhammers for weapons, correct?
Yes.
Would they react with their weapon, or would they react with something else?
They are smart enough to know that they have disadvantage with their warhammers underwater, so they attack with their bite and claws.
Right.
So we can combat.
Where's that again? That's not gonna work. I'm short. I should have just done that. Should have just done it that way instead of... I was greedy, and now I'm going to pay for my greed. Alright. I am going to punch number 4 right square in his face.
Okay.
With a Astral trunk.
All right.
He 19 to hit.
19 does in fact hit.
7 damage.
Okay.
Deckard, you seem to have something in your cam there.
It's my cat's tail.
Oh no!
And there's my cat's tail.
This is just a prelude to the tentacle thing that's going to be happening to us in a little bit.
Preamble.
And then I would like to.
That's so funny. Your cat's such a troll. I love it.
Oh, he's a dick.
He's an orange
Best
one too, isn't
underwater
he?
backflip over Lilith.
My orange one's right behind
Underwater
me right there.
backflip. Okay.
If I can put myself on that spot beside Iggy.
Side Iggy. Yeah. Do they get opportunity? No, you've got mobile.
Only the one that I didn't attack.
Okay. So then he gets a claw, which is going to be a 24 to hit.
Of course.
Oh my god. For exactly 12 points of damage because you're vulnerable.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Should have went with my boyfriend. This is horrible.
So I will put you over here. You moved and then you kind of got hit and floated a little. Yeah, that was bad. I was not expecting
Brad,
that.
every time you go and you start tooling us, it's bad. There's no like halfway. It's like
There's no half tooling.
no.
Stop rolling so many 20s. God damn it.
Like annihilation or nothing, right?
Well, it
didn't do it on
wasn't even
purpose.
that.
I think Brad is trying to kill every member, like slowly.
And I was afraid when there was a big dragon. It's like, no, you should
No,
be
the
afraid when he
dragon's
puts
fine.
them in water.
The dragon
The
was
merman.
very, very kind.
Oh, why do you think that the dragon was afraid to get into the water?
Yeah, 2 seconds later.
Okay, so against Lilith, the bite attack is a critical hit.
Oh,
God damn it.
From which one?
From
Brad,
number
stop.
1.
Wait, how much?
Look good.
He's
Lilith,
on the
you're
opposite
dead.
side of Lilith from Hot Rod. Second attack is a 23.
Oh my god.
So, okay, that one doesn't really work. So,
And you guys never trust Chud or Deckard. Yeah.
I mean,
We'll learn.
We
We'll learn to trust. To be fair, we
Sometimes-
just fucking met Chud, so.
Sometimes insanity is it's good insanity. It's like Pinky and the Brain, right?
Yeah.
Which one is the actual genius and which one's insane? Because
That's
Pinky's the
true.
one that stops that guy's bad plans all the time. And
so
he's got 100% success rate.
brutal slash. Attacker rerolls any damage dice with face value of 1 or 2 for this attack. So that's a reroll because you rolled a 1. So 6
Natural
points
20.
of
No.
piercing damage and 6 points of slashing damage.
What about the Shield Guardian?
We
Yes,
changed it, I don't
remember
know.
Lilith, your shield guardian can use its reaction to tank damage for you.
Great. I'll have him do that.
He will do that. Okay. Hogarth will take 12 points. So.
Also, it's not going to help. But does he? Oh, never mind.
Okay. So that is putting him at 43. And then the other one goes after gonna go after the metal guy.
Which one?
The smaller metal guy. The one that he thinks is probably easier to hit. So a 13 to hit.
Actually, doesn't hit.
A 17 to hit.
17 will hit.
Okay. So that is 4 points of slashing damage on Hot Rod.
Yeah.
So that puts him at 23. There we go. And then we've got Skamos. You are swimming with Chud. Lilith, it is your turn. Giant toad.
I am going to attack.
Okay.
With
You should
a
swallow
bite.
All right.
I'm gonna try and swallow him, but I have to bite him first, right?
You have to bite him first, yeah.
All right, so that's a 1d10 plus 2.
Roll the d20 first.
D20 first.
Should be d20 plus something for
19.
Oh, well, fuck.
Plus your attack, yeah, that hits.
Alright, so I'm gonna roll a 1d10, and I get an 8 plus 2, I think, right? So 8, 9, 10.
All right.
So if I can, I'll swallow him. Because then he can't attack, right? Or if I swallow, can I not attack further creatures?
That is correct.
Like that, right?
So, let's see. Bite. So you don't have
grappled.
multi-attack. So you have to wait until your next turn to swallow a creature that you have grappled. So,
but I've got him, right?
You've got him grappled, yeah. And actually roll another d10 for the poison damage. And that one doesn't have a plus, it's just 1d10 straight.
Lucky him, he's only got a 7.
All right. Well, he's definitely hurt now. So,
right, good.
He's down to that.
And can I call on Hogarth to attack as well?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, he's got one right next to him too.
So I'm going to call on Hogarth to attack. Do I have to roll for that too?
Yes, you do.
D10?
A D20.
Or D8?
You roll a D20 to hit first.
Okay. Oh shit! I rolled a 1.
Oh no!
He doesn't get him.
No, you just
does he have
stab yourself in the face or something?
He does not. So
God damn it, Hogarth.
A 1 is going to be that doesn't work because he does not have muscles.
Of course he's got muscles.
So that would be, don't add proficiency to the next attack roll. Momentary confusion. So he's got a basically a -2 to his next attack roll. So that would be a +3 total to the attack the next time that he attacks. And
hopefully he gets it next time.
Then we've got Severn, who's moving with the others. And now you've got there's 2 more rounds before Chud, Skamos, and Severn get to the other entrance.
Oh shit. Didn't know it was that far.
Yeah.
Oh well. Life goes on.
Yeah.
For some of us.
For some of you. So this guy is going to move up.
You forgot me.
Did I? Where are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had 7 initiative.
Yes, I did. Why the heck aren't you in here?
Now he gets a double move for you missing him.
Yeah.
This is how Brad wins all the time. He's like always planning these little things underneath.
2 steps ahead.
Yeah. 2 steps ahead and we're 1 step behind.
Okay. Okay.
I can go after 3 if you want.
No, you can go now. I don't know how that happened. You had... Oh.
You get a natural 20 on your first
You had a
one.
7 and Lilith had a 16, so she should have gone way earlier. There we go. I don't know how that happened that you got missed, but yeah.
Oh well.
You and Hot Rod can go.
You gonna keep 3 there? I don't mind if you do.
Sure. He starts moving as you break out of a momentary lapse in concentration, and you're like, "Oh shit!"
All right.
Oh, hey,
if I go under Hogard, can I get a straight line on 2, 3, and 4 and miss Lilith?
If you go under him, no. But if you, because you're already up high, you could basically hop onto one of the broken parts that's open, and you would get a straight line without hitting Lilith.
Because I would caustic spray them if I don't hit Lilith, I would.
Yeah, you can do that.
All right. I guess Iggy will jump off and Hot Rod and do that.
Okay. There we go.
Then I'll pull my cat out, and he's gonna hawk up an underwater furball at them.
All right. Do they make saving throws?
Yeah, it's a dexterity save. DC 15.
So that's a fail on 2, a 14. Did you say 16 was your...
15.
15? Okay, so a fail on 3 and a fail on 4. So all 3 of them.
All right, they'll take acid damage at the start of their turns unless they decide to try to scrape it off.
Okay. So...
And I don't know what I can do with Hot Rod. I can't tell him. Can I tell him to attack underwater?
Yeah.
All right, I'll have him. Let's see. Well, I guess 2 is right there. I guess he'll just try to bash number 2.
Okay.
Let's see. I'll just use my firebolts because it's the same to hit.
Cool beans.
Now 9 on me.
No, that's a miss.
All right, that'll be it for Hot Rod and me.
Okay, so 3 and 4 are going to take the acid damage because they're starting their turns covered in the acid.
All right, 3 whole damage.
3 whole damage. Okay.
Unless I roll for each one separately.
I'm okay with that.
All right, who's going first between them?
3.
All right, 3 will take 3 damage, and then the other guy will take 7.
Okay. That puts him there.
So they've got like furry acid on them right now.
Yeah. 3 is not going to care, and he's just going to attack the giant toad for a 23 to hit and a 24 to hit.
Jesus.
What a beast.
Probably reset your things.
I don't know why it's rolling so well.
You should probably reset.
Well,
Every single time, Brad.
it's not the same number. It's not the same number every time.
It's not the same number, but it's not going below.
It's still
20.
high though.
I used up all their bad rolls on their spell saver.
Yeah. So 5 piercing and 7 slashing. So Hogarth is currently at 43. Do you want him to still tank any of that damage?
Yeah.
Yeah, he can take that. That's fine.
Okay. So that would be another 12 on Hogarth. So that puts him at 31 out of 55. And D is going to spend his action. 4 is going to spend his action removing the acid. And
he'll still take it at the start of his turn, though. Did he take damage?
Yes, he took the damage. I already did that for him. So Chud is moving and has 1 turn left to get there. Golemov is going to need Golemov. I forgot last time. We have the dying condition. So you can use an action, but take a failed death save. You can use a bonus action, but take a death save. Both of those failed. Or you can do nothing and just roll a death save at the end of your turn.
Yeah, I remember using that last time. For the action, hold on, I need to go and double check that, because the negative part about it is that they're persistent death throws. So if I do drink a potion, it just eats a death throw.
Yeah, it eats a failed death save.
Off to get one back.
Right.
No, it's a long rest to get the death saves back.
Yeah.
Not the week?
No.
I was under the impression
that's hit dice.
Yeah, that's true.
Take a chance, roll the dice.
Well, I miss.
I know he can't hear me, but he could drink a potion with that action.
And then I can do that.
Well, you're gonna have to somehow get that over to him with the.
She's a toad. She can't cast spells.
Well, she can't cast spells, but she could tell you, Ribbit, drink a potion. Ribbit.
I could shake off some spores and say, drink some fucking health potion.
It'll burn a death save though.
Alright. Whatever he decides is best.
Either way, it burns. Yeah. No, okay. No, there's just the other option of just.
Of just testing your luck.
I am gonna like, if I can, position myself in front of him.
There is currently no room now.
I'm fine.
Well, so you got one of them in your mouth right now too.
I will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I was gonna say if you didn't have anyone in your mouth, you could have put them in your mouth for safekeeping.
Just don't swallow them. Yeah, just don't swallow.
Sorry, Golemov.
If Golemov dies, my nemesis comes as the other assistant.
By the way, Golemov, rocks fall and he dies.
No, it can't, because his character was based off something they didn't end up including in the expansion. It made me mad.
That was a brutal set of criticals and a really bad card.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry about that, Golemov. I just I didn't want that. I took a bunch of specific ones out because they were wonky. He was awesome though. I loved Simmons.
That's alright. I blame that on 5e because 5e didn't add what were they supposed to call them?
Vegapygmies?
Yeah, the Vegapygmies, like they kind of had said they would. What did I just roll? Holy crap, I'm zoning out. 4, so that's 2. 8. What? No.
2d4 plus
Potion
2.
of healing. Oh yeah, it's 2. Why? Yeah. Why did I think it was 4?
You are thinking of a
Too many. 6.
A much bigger one.
Yep.
Greater. So
how do
that puts you up at 6 with 1 failed death save.
Yeah, I'm just trying to debate where I keep track of that outside of that. Alright. Anyways, I am going to use my bonus action to disengage and basically hop aside behind the shield golem.
Okay.
Doing things.
Disengage and pop back here. Okay. And then it is Lilith's turn. So you get your turn before before number 1, so you can swallow him on this turn.
Okay, if I swallow him, does that affect me being able to attack the other ones, or no? That just kind of affects him being able to attack further?
He will be blinded and restrained and take damage at the start of each of his turn. At the start of each of your turns. I'll give him the damage right off the bat, too. You have to make another bite attack in order to swallow.
Do you think that maybe that the other guys might get frightened by that?
It's possible.
I'm gonna swallow him.
Okay, so roll a d20 plus 4.
Come on, be a good one. Fuck off, 7.
No, he's struggling too much to go in.
You'd think that he'd take some damage though anyway.
He is just grappled. He is restrained, which means that he can't move. Attack rolls against him have advantage, so you can roll that again and take the higher one.
Alright, let's see what I get here.
Even worse.
8!
So 12 is still not enough to hit.
Alright, well, I'm still going to bite then. Whoever
that's
is
what
in
your
my nearest vicinity.
That was your action.
Okay, that's my action, so I attempted to keep him.
Yeah, so Hogarth.
Hogarth, can he attack?
Yep, he's got one right in front of him to attack.
Alright, do I have to do a d20 again for Hogarth?
Yep, d20.
Alright, let's see, Hogarth, what do you do? An 8.
He's got a +6, right?
Maybe you should restart.
Yeah, because you're getting a lot of 7s and 8s.
So he is...
Can I try again? Can I reset?
Reset and try again.
Alright.
Yeah, refresh the page.
Alright, I refresh. Let's see what happens this time.
None of these are
I got an 8.
None of those are included in her modifier any either.
Yes.
None of those are adding her modifier?
The plus 5 is not enough. The plus 5 is not enough.
Okay.
Alright, that's what I tried.
Okay, so he is going to then make a strength check. So Lilith, roll a d20 and add your toad's strength, which is 2.
Alright. 10.
You rolled another
that's
8.
another 8 there.
Okay,
so
refresh again.
That's 1.
Refresh again and roll
4,
again.
8
Refresh again? Okay, I don't know what's going on. I'm rolling like so many 7s and 8s today. Okay, I'll roll again. I got an 18 this time.
Okay. Okay. Now it's working better.
Thank you.
He struggles but does not get out of your mouth. And 2 is going to because Hot Rod does not have blood, I will not give him Blood Frenzy against Hot Rod.
Alright.
So that's a 16 to hit Hot Rod.
Wait, did number 2 go?
This is number 2.
He's got a burn.
Oh yeah, that's right.
5 acid.
5 acid. All right.
And you say 16? Yeah, that hits.
16. Okay. Number 2 is down to that. And then his claw attack is even better. Dirty 20. So that is a total of 11. No, 7 plus 6, 13 points of damage.
Okay.
Alright. And then it is Gamos still swimming. Iggy.
We should be there by now. That's 2 rounds.
This round isn't over.
That's it.
Oh.
Yeah. End of this round, you're getting there.
Let's see. Well, I'll tell Hot Rod to use his prepare on himself.
Okay.
And I will. You know what? I'll back up 5 feet from number 2 and take the opportunity attack.
Okay. Basically climbing up higher on him and take the op. Which is a 19 to hit.
What's the lowest you've rolled, Brad?
I think a 2.
He doesn't roll below
a
15.
So that's 5 points of damage
Chinese
on
are just
Iggy.
50 and up.
And I'm gonna shoot this guy in the face.
Okay.
Good.
Give him a pearl necklace.
5.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, that hits.
Give him a pearl necklace right between the eyes.
Jesus.
9 damage.
Okay. So, 9 damage on number 1.
No, number 2.
Number 2, that's right. Puts him at that. Okay. And Hot Rod.
Hot Rod's going to use his repair function to heal.
Okay.
2d8 plus 2 hit points.
Excellent.
So, just gonna roll that right now. Yikes. Only 7.
Well, he's only 10 down now. And Severin's swimming, and you guys get there at the end of this turn. So I will show you what you get as you go into the cave. There are some bars there.
You run into bars. We're like dying in the other room.
And
that's awesome.
You see a killer whale swim up close to the bars, almost like it's trying to attack through them, and then it swims back.
Seems safe.
Huh.
You guys want to just head back? Do you want to try to just keep shooting this orca through the fucking bars until we kill it?
Yeah, we can do that.
You're gonna kill the orca.
I just be like, thumbs up.
Thumbs up to kill the orca? Let's shoot the orca a couple times through the bars. Why not, right? Do we get advantage? Because it really can't do anything. It's fucking through the bars.
No, you would not get it.
Oh, come on. This is bullshit.
All right. Well, I'm going to turn around and go back to try and help the team.
Okay.
I don't think we're good this way.
So, sorry, are they abusing an orca that is trapped in a cell?
They almost did.
3 turns later.
Or is the orca trying to get into the cell?
The orca was trying to attack them through the bars.
Okay.
So we shall murder it to death.
Well, what do I know about these guys again? They can control sharks.
They can control sharks.
That they've got a killer whale.
That they've got killer whales is out of the ordinary, because they can't speak to them telepathically. But
why wouldn't they be able to speak? So I wouldn't be able to message the orca as well then.
No, because they don't speak language. They're not intelligent.
They don't speak nerd.
Yeah.
They don't speak
And
nerd.
Sahuagin can speak shark only telepathically. So,
Speak shark
only
telepathically.
joking.
Yes.
You
It's
don't
not
hear
nerd you
uttered
speak. I
outside
pat you in the
of
back.
D&D.
I'm like, it's just a joke, bro.
So,
Underwater back pat.
let's get the caustic damage against number 3 because he didn't wipe it off last turn.
Seven.
Okay. 7. Okay. Now he's hurt and he's going to rub that off. And this other guy swims away.
Which one swims?
Number 4.
I don't even think I saw number 4.
So he's going.
Oh, what a pussy.
Okay. And then, yeah. So, Chud, what are you doing in the other entrance?
Through my book learning, do I know if orcas are normally dangerous? Are they hostile?
This one seemed hostile, and you know that they're dangerous.
Yeah, but are they normally hostile? Is that like
Not
a
normally.
thing?
Not
normally,
against
eh?
not against humanoids. They're not normally hostile.
And I can't message it. This doesn't say
No.
if I message it, it won't. I can't understand me.
Yeah, it can. It's not smart enough. It's an animal. It's not smart enough to really understand.
So, looking at the bars, can I see the bars again? Can we like squeeze through or anything like that? Is there enough space?
You can not squeeze through, I don't believe. Give me a moment here to look at this. Scroll down to number 12. So the bars are 3 feet apart. So a medium or smaller creature can squeeze through.
Shit, I think all of us could squeeze through if they're 3 feet apart.
Yeah. And there is a lever just inside.
Okay. So I'm going to turn to Scamos and I'm going to ask, do you have that like friendship or charm? Can you charm an orca so it don't eat my face?
I don't know that it would charm it. I think it has to be of a certain
intelligence.
Intelligence.
Is that true? I don't know about charm too much.
Do you just have charm person? It would be charm monster that you would need.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I don't have charm monster.
Okay. Democratic vote here. I'm gonna think about going inside and trying to hit that lever to open up the gates. Do you guys want to try to hide in the grass? Maybe it'll just go past us.
No, I think it's gonna come mess us up.
Am I still invisible?
You're still invisible, yeah.
Then yes, my invisible thumbs up. I will pat you in the behind.
What do you think?
You'll feel, it's 2 squeezes for yes, 1 squeeze for no, so you'll feel 2 squeezes.
How many people can you do invisible at once? So he's invisible for how much longer?
Until I stop.
That's a good question. Is it like the 10-second one? Is it like a minute?
I think it's 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Up to an hour.
Up to an hour.
Because if you guys want to go and try to hide behind something, I'm willing to go invisible and go open up this gate here, and then maybe the orca will go past us and we can just hop in, no problem.
I only have the 1 charge, so it would have to be.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
The invisible guy going.
That'll be Severin doing it.
All right, Severin, do you want to go in there and open the gate while we go and hide?
Sure.
This might be a death trap. We might all die.
All right.
All right, let's do it. We're gonna go hide as best as we can.
Okay. I'll hide you there.
Okay.
Oh, Bob, you're now being attacked by an orca.
Skamos does go before Severance, so that'll be fine.
There we go. I'm good.
And then we hop back to Golemov.
I will. I'll get my silvery barbs ready to.
Okay. Yeah, Golemov. Oh man. I just noticed how late it was.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to yawn into the mic. I just yawned. Yeah. Man.
Are you wanting to shut it down or what?
9 o'clock is our normal end time, but I think we can finish this combat.
So that means that orc is gonna go right past us. Oh fuck you.
Not anymore.
We're hiding.
Yeah, but it's got echolocation.
Yeah, but we're hiding.
Yeah, good.
Can you hide from
I'm
that?
just gonna throw.
Yeah, man, you just look like a rock to it.
Number 2.
Well, I don't know. Any marine biologists in the chat?
It's funny always hearing one side of the conversation.
So you're gonna attack number 2 there, Golemov?
Yeah, I'm throwing. Wait, a javelin. Does a javelin have thrown? Do thrown weapons have disadvantage underwater?
Javelin is one of the ones that does not.
Oh, excellent, perfect. Then I am throwing a javelin at the dude, number 2, because I don't think.
So you would know, Chud, that it has echolocation, which is blind sight. So it can see you even if, even when you're hiding, it can see.
Yeah, but that's technically, if you think about it, he would have to know what the outside looks like around there very well to not be able to tell that I'm sitting beside a rock, because he'd be like, there's a rock and there's a rock.
They have 120-foot blind sight, so it can see within 120 feet. It knows what the outside looks like within 120 feet.
But
unless you deafen it.
Unless you deafen it.
Hold on 1 second.
Okay, 9 points against number 2.
I can't deafen it, but I can fuck up its ears. So I guess, you know what, instead of having my 1 spell ready, if he's going to come and attack us, I'm just going to go and do Shatter, which is going to blow his eardrums out.
Okay, so you're readying Shatter then?
I'm readying Shatter for him to come in if he attacks us. If he goes by us, I don't give a fuck.
Don't forget, if you're readying a spell, and you're going to waste it next turn, even if the trigger doesn't hit it.
That is fine. I'll even mark it off right now, just in case.
And Golemov, anything else?
Nope, I just hucked that shit at him for now.
Okay. And is Melissa away? Looks like. Okay.
She'd probably try to eat the guy in her mouth.
She would, yes. So I will roll that for her.
That should be a good roll, bro. Since you rolled so high.
Yeah.
Fuck off. I call bullshit on that. Have somebody else roll that.
But she does have advantage because it's restrained.
A 1.
10 plus 5 is enough to hit. So he is swallowed. And will take 3d6 damage.
Oh shit.
So he takes 11 acid damage, plus the bite, because she bites again to swallow, which is another 2d10 plus 2.
So does he just dissolve in her stomach?
Yeah. He takes, his neck snaps with the bite. Lilith, I rolled for you because you were away. His neck snaps with the bite, and then you swallow him, and you've got a Sahuagin meal in your belly.
Awesome. Fuck that guy.
All right.
That means 1's gone then, right? He's dead?
Yes.
Yeah.
He is dead.
He gets like damage every turn.
He does, but you killed him with the initial bite,
well, great.
and now he's dissolving in your stomach.
With a warhammer.
You can belch him out if you want to because you want to eat someone else. That's up to you. But you're getting some nutrients from him.
So did number 3 get frightened from seeing his buddy get eaten?
What's the moral
Probably
implications
not.
of eating a sentient being? Well, being a toad.
Well, being a toad, there isn't one.
I see.
If you know about their lore, they're nuts.
It's like eating sushi, right? It's no problem.
They'll eat you.
They eat each other. They're crazy.
Okay.
So this guy is going to disengage and swim over Lilith and run the fuck away. 15, 20, 23.
Does he get attack of opportunity though?
Is he still burning or did he wipe it off? I can't remember.
He wiped it off, and 3 was the only one, and he wiped it off on his last turn.
How does that disengage work? Was he disengaging from Lilith, Hot Rod, and the other guy?
Yeah, disengage from all of them
You
around
can
him.
disengage from everybody.
He used his action to disengage from everyone.
Okay.
So, Skamos, what are you doing over there?
Has the door been opened yet or no?
Not yet.
Better process.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go
Severn's
ahead
after you. So you're
Does your
gonna hide?
calm emotions work on creatures?
Does my what?
Calm emotions, does that work on creatures?
It should work on all creatures.
It's like, get that ready just in case it fucks me up.
Yeah,
You're gonna toast it though after you blow up his eardrums.
Well, that's if it comes at me.
Over there. I'll cast calm emotions on it.
Okay.
If it comes and fucks us up.
All right. Back
If
to
it swims by us, I think we're fine with it. No worries.
All right. Iggy.
All right, I'm gonna swim onto the back of Hot Rod.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hold an action to blast the guy that ran away if I can see him. If Hot Rod moves forward 20 feet, just behind number 3.
Okay.
No, not behind number 3. I'll take a hit for that. Or I won't be able to. I'd be shooting at disadvantage. Yeah, whatever. I'll shoot at disadvantage.
Okay. And then back to Severn.
Wait, what about my shot? Can I see anybody down there?
You cannot see him. It's just.
Can I shoot the guy beside me?
You can. I forgot that you had Hot Rod move forward.
Yeah, I was waiting for him on his turn, and I was going to blast somebody if I could see somebody.
Okay, so give him a shot. And then we'll go to Severn.
Disadvantage 10 only.
No, that's a miss. Alright, so Severn.
Yes, sir.
What are you doing as an invisible armored guy? You do have a lantern, but the lantern doesn't work while you're invisible. So
I do have dark vision.
Dark vision is cut down by 60 feet while in Icewind Dale.
I gave him a pretty good idea of where that hammer was.
Just inside.
Okay, I'll try and find it.
Okay. So you swim forward and squeeze through and pull the lever. And that gets the 2 of these to raise. And then with that, this orca.
Well, there's more than one.
25, 30, 40. Where is it? It is here.
Instantly finds you and then rips you to pieces.
I feel like we may have doomed our group.
It does actually, because it's got blind sight, it goes straight for you.
Even though he opened the gate.
Even though he opened the gate.
He's not standing between it or anything.
Even though he opened the gate. And I've got it. I wish it would stay defaulted to show everyone. I'm going to re-roll that so you can see that I'm not cheating with that 23. So it's 21 to hit instead.
Yikes.
I assume that hits.
He's got Wade dice.
Hold up.
You were going to cast Shatter.
So I can't do my silvery barbs because I'm waiting on my Shatter. Who's going first? Is it going to be me or...
Silvery Barbs is a reaction, right?
It's a reaction, yeah.
Yes, you can use that, and you were also going to cast Shatter if it was hostile.
Yeah.
So Silvery Barbs, which means it re-rolls its attack.
I think one or the other. This is a difficult one because it's 2 spells, and neither one's a cantrip.
So Silvery Barbs is a reaction, so he can cast that. And then he's using his held action, so he's basically... Reaction is separate from your turn. So it, instead of a 21, rolls a 20.
Don't forget, Pat, your Silvery Barbs give somebody advantage, too. I believe.
So that's my buddy
on your,
there.
So on their next turn.
So next ability.
Does that hit Severin?
Ability check. You can then choose a...
I see your AC is 18. Okay.
So you can then choose a different creature you can see within range. You can choose yourself. Choosing creature has advantage on the next one.
So
attack roll,
Severin,
ability check, save and throw.
You take 25 points of damage from this bite.
Fuck.
Oh Lord. I think we fucked up.
Yeah, I think we fucked up. But who goes first? Is it gonna be Scamkos or me? So which spell is going first?
I would say yours and then his. So
but in our initiative, am I going before he is?
Yes, you are. So you've got your held action. Roll your Shatter. That's a Constitution saving throw, right?
Yes. Hold on. Yeah. It is. Yeah, Con 14.
Rolls a 20 on that con check. So
what is with your rolls, buddy?
Mine's charisma 14.
It probably also has a high con.
Probably have a high con.
It does not have a high con. It does not.
It does have keen hearing though.
It does.
It's super loud explosion. Hurt that?
That's what I was going for.
I would. Yes. I would double. So it takes half and double. So it'll take 16. So it's going to be there, and then Calm Emotions goes off.
Charisma 14.
Charisma 14. This one should be better for you guys. See? Now I rolled a 6, minus 2 is 14. So
you rolled a 6?
Wait, he still passes?
Or minus 2 is 4. Sorry.
I said 14.
I did say 14.
I think
that is some DM math.
Yeah,
that's DM math. Yeah,
his roll is pretty good there.
6 minus 2 is 14.
Yeah, I was like, God damn, no wonder fucking we can't get shit.
So, well, I've got it visible, so you should see on that. Oh no, it's on a different. No, you should still see it on the game log.
I see it. Killer whale.
So as long as we don't attack this bad boy anymore, he's going to be indifferent to us, right?
He is indifferent.
Okay.
And that
you know what? Actually, Severin won't have his penalties right now because he's in. Because calm emotions can affect him too.
Yeah. So no more disadvantage for the time being.
I think for like a minute.
I think so, yeah. So we will call the we'll call it there.
Jesus Christmas.
I'll have to add the killer whales to this other.
Oh, I don't like that plural, whales.
Yeah, right? It's like, oh, fuck.
One was fine, especially when it did like 24 damage. That's 4 off of my entire health bar. Like, that's a lot. That's too much.
Well, maybe we can scrounge enough money together to give to the dragon so she doesn't kill us.
Are we just gonna run away?
So.
Wait a sec. How much did it damage me for?
It damaged you for 25.
You should probably drink a potion before you do anything else. And run away! Yeah. But at least we got one of them that's indifferent to us. And then I guess next round I'm going to call. If I can see that other one, I will do calm emotions as well.
All right.
Is it cool? Are we gonna call it?
Yeah, we'll call it here.
See, Ryan, we didn't get killed by a dragon.
What size is the calm emotions?
20 feet. Radius.
20-foot radius?
60
It's a 60-foot range.
See you guys later.
20-foot radius.
Have a good night.
Did he get both of them? Because if he was able to get that one...
20-foot radius? Yes. He got both of them.
5, 10. So they're both calmed.
They're both calmed.
All right. We should go slide under them and stab them in the throats while they're calm.
I agree.
All right.
Well, next episode, that is. Everyone, have a good night.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Happy Saturday. Sunday, I mean. Happy Sunday. Oof. And
Brad, how much
see you next time. I know. I barely got any sleep last night, though. So that's okay. I'll blame it on that.
Which